Sign and Thrive podcast for notaries. I'm your host, Bill Soroka. Today we're talking about something that almost everyone knows they should deal with, but most people avoid for too long: estate planning. Now, most people don't wake up on a Saturday morning thinking, you know what sounds really fun today? Let's finally get our estate plan done. It's one of those things that just sits on your to-do list for years. I know it did for me, right next to cleaning out the garage and organizing the photo albums from the 90s. But here's the truth we all need to hear. When estate planning isn't handled, the people we love the most are the ones who often end up dealing with the consequences. And the irony is, these conversations don't have to be complicated, uncomfortable, or super heavy emotionally. Sometimes they just need someone to ask the right question, someone who knows how to recognize the moment, guide the conversation, and connect people with the help they need.
Well, there's a number of reasons. I would say though the number one is as simple as it sounds, but as hard as it is for them to take that first step is they just don't know where to go. They don't know that they don't hang out with estate planning attorneys. They don't, no one's brought it up to them. It is that kind of uncomfortable conversation. It's not what you wake up to do on Saturday. So most people just don't have someone that they can trust, that they feel comfortable, having the conversation with. So it's knowing someone that can do this, helping them take that first step and learning about it without it being a huge commitment or a fee or anything else. So it's knowing where to take that first step. The fighting, the arguments that the kids might get into because there's now money on the table, and one of them may have helped mom or dad for a period of time at the end, and now they feel more entitled. But without an estate plan in place, it's who gets what, and it's off to probate, and it's a year and a half or two. It's 6 to 8% of the gross value of the estate. So a simple $1 million estate, which can be kind of a simple estate these days, 6 to 8%, that's $60,000 to $80,000 in probate. That is really going to get people off the dime to say, do you want to put a trust in place for, let's say, $2,000, $2,500, depending on where they go, or even, $5,000 or $6,000 if they're going to, go crazy and go maybe pay too much. But they need to realize it's going to cost their kids, their heirs, their beneficiaries a lot of time and heartache and money if they don't put an estate plan in place. And a
Yeah,
lot of people don't realize that. They just
yeah,
don't
when you
know how critically important it is to protect the family, just like they have car insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance. But have they taken the step to ensure their entire estate is protected from the perils of probate?
is such a powerful reminder of something I think many notaries, who's our audience, don't fully realize yet, because we are often present during some of the most important moments in a person's lives. If we think about the situations that we're invited in, right? When somebody buys their first home, right? That's a probate triggering event, right? When there's refinances or sometimes job changes, or when um, someone's signing the power of attorney on for whatever reasons, whether it's financial or medical, when there's trust documents or other types of documentation. Sometimes we're even there for some of the most emotional transitions: illness in the family, the loss of a spouse, major life changes where people are really trying to get their affairs in order. And in those moments, we're often sitting across the table having real conversations with people about their lives. Notaries sometimes underestimate how unique that position really is, because most other professionals never get invited into those moments,
Right?
but we do.
You're in a position to help the family. And that's the mindset. It's helping. It's it's not becoming a salesperson. It's just doing the right thing.
Hmm.
It's identifying that they need this and finding a professional way to bring it up and qualify them. And in that mindset of, I know what will happen to this family if, God forbid, something unexpected happens and they
Right.
don't have their estate plan in place. And I'd hate to see them go down the wrong path, either on the high side or the low side. And if it comes up, if it's an opportunity and you see that it's really something that would be of help, you're helping them. That's the
It's
mindset.
well, and it almost, when you frame it like that, it almost sounds like it's a disservice not to say something, right? Because you know what's coming. Like we educate on what's going to happen if they don't have a plan in place. So it's having that kind of mindset where it's almost obligatory. Like we have to find a way to at least open the door.
Yeah, sure. And I just started to touch on it because that's where the conversations typically lead, is to identify that you're in front of some people. I like to say family, friends, neighbors, clients. Notaries have a code of ethics and morals they have to abide by. So you're not out there being salesy or pushy or anything. Neither are we. So our business partners need to realize we're not going to get on the phone with someone and push this, be hardcore, salesy salespeople. No, we too are here to help them get started. I know I've said that several times, but you have to identify that you see in your workings with family, friends, neighbors, clients, they have something that's going to trigger probate, one or multiple things. You identify these are some people that really should need this. And then number two of the three there is to qualify. Somehow, you need to professionally bring it up, make it comfortable, read the room. With some people I work with and they start to learn the importance of it, you can bring it up as simply as, I recently went through some ongoing education and I was reminded how critically important it is for families to put an estate plan in place because so much is at stake and none of us know what's going to happen the next day. So you have to qualify them by somehow bringing it up. I recently went through some training. I realized I just wanted to ask. I see from your paperwork, maybe. I see your kids running around. What if you beautiful home? Somehow you got to be able to qualify them and bring it up. And then the final step is to control the referral, if you will, and helping them know about AmeriEstate by teeing them up and letting them know what I can go ahead and do is help you get scheduled for an initial free consultation with one of the trust advisors at AmeriEstate. It's free. I mean, what better way to be promoting helping families with something that's free but yet so critically important? So you got to identify, you got to qualify, and you got to tee them up, all with the mindset of people need to be doing this. They should
Yeah.
be. You don't have to, but they should be, just like you said.
John, I wonder if you could you touched on that way earlier, but I want to make sure people hear this. Attorney prepared. Like your plans are attorney prepared plans, correct?
Yes. So the clients get started with us. They get referred over to us. They get started. We educate them up. We help them with all the questions that go into creating their family's custom trust. The second step of three for the clients is they are going to have an attorney prepared, a one-on-one over the phone, conveniently completed over the phone attorney consultation with one of our long-term estate planning attorney providers. And then the third step for the clients, even though a lot more is going on behind the scenes with AmeriEstate, the third and final step for the clients is their trust has been built and put together and is now ready for delivery. So
Yes.
they end up with a beautiful 2-inch thick, 12 tab, leather bound, attorney prepared trust by AmeriEstate. That is so critically important. And thank you for stopping me there, because that is so critically important for not only the business partners to realize. You want to make sure who you are recommending to your clients, they're checking, or who you're partnering with, they're checking all the boxes that you should be looking for, as well as you need to be thinking, is this group also checking all the boxes that families should be looking for? And one of the key things, because of in today's times, people skip over the attorney component. And attorney prepared doesn't mean super expensive, but it means attorney prepared. So that attorney component is really, really important. And then the final step again in the clients is their trust is ready for delivery. We ship it out to a notary. We do all the training of the notaries. It's all free. And now the trust is ready for delivery. So yes, attorney prepared. There's a $350 referral fee. So if a professional said, well, I'm retired, I'm good, I don't need it, the clients there, it's going to be the same price. So either you participate or not. So we have a $350 referral fee built into it, as well as then there's also the notary delivery fee, which is another couple $100. So when notaries that are also going to be the delivery agent for clients they refer, that can be a nice $550 paycheck while helping families.
Yeah.
While helping families put a $3, $4, $5,000 trust in place, because that our trusts are easily worth north of three, if not $4 or $5,000. So we're down in that $2,000 range plus deeds or whatever else they may need. So it's a great business platform and opportunity, especially for notaries. And of course, our clients, it starts with the clients. Use the most out of every appointment you go to. You nailed it. And that's what I just made a note here. Our CEO, Greg Reese, mentioned it to me about a month and a half ago. He goes, when you're working with notaries, you need to point out that they need to make the most out of every appointment they go to. And notaries have more appointments in a given week than any other professional.
Yeah.
So again, it's not to get out there and get pushy. We're not going to be pushy, but the opportunity is real and it's important, and you're helping people.
The most successful notaries aren't just the ones who know how to sign, date, and stamp a document. They're the ones who show up as trusted resources in the lives of the people that they serve. And sometimes the right conversation at the right moment can make the difference that lasts for generations. That's the work. That's the impact we have at hand right now.